Hey, what's going on? My name is Stephon Speller. I'm from Pensacola, Florida. I'm born and raised. Currently reside in Ormond Beach for a little over 10 years. So, last video I did, I explained the title of the podcast, but I want to take a moment to boast in my weakness. As Paul did, who wrote part of the New Testament. Paul took a moment to boast in the things that made him weak. He said, if I am to be boastful, let me boast in the things that make me weak. So I want to take a moment here to boast my weakness as opposed to my marriage. Now, some of you guys might say, well, why take advice from you because, your marriage didn't work? Well, good question. Because I am a witness. I am a witness to my own destruction, absent of inquiring to God, absent of putting God first and allowing God to cover me. So I am certainly a witness to my own destruction. Let me just say this too. This isn't an opportunity for me to bash my ex. That's not what this content is about. I really started this, reading the Bible really inspired this podcast, but I really wanted to, I want the content to be able to just help people out, give them some encouragement to go through the scriptures. So me talking about my marriage is certainly not about me bashing her. And I want to make one thing clear. I still love her, and when she gets right, I'll be there for her, but I've made it clear I am not moving forward as a husband. And, one of the most important commandments is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. But I'll get into it. Boast of my weakness. It was difficult at times because when I believe communication is very important, but we have to communicate to understand, not to get the last word. And there was a moment in time when we had a discussion about having another kid, and I didn't have much of an opinion about it, but I was kind of okay with just having our daughter at the time. This was maybe a couple years ago, but somewhere along the lines we start talking about money. Yeah, there goes that discussion with money. Money seems to always be in the center of marriage. I don't know why, but we've certainly over prioritized it. But I made a statement, basically saying that we're trying to get a house. If we're trying to get a house, why are we why would we want to have another kid right now? We know how much childcare was when Skylar was an infant, and it was roughly over $800 a month. It's probably more now, but at the time it was roughly about $800 something a month. Her statement to me was, well, at the time I was the breadwinner. Now that threw me back. You know what I mean? Because that was her mentality. I'm making more money right now. Well, I was making more money back then, so basically you need to go with what I say. I personally, I never cared if my spouse made more money than me. I just didn't, because it was never really important to me. Now that I've been in my career job for over 5 years now, I make a little more than her, but like I said, it never bothered me. But her statement that she made at that time, it certainly bothered me a lot, because in my new mind, looking at the proper order of things. God over the man. The man goes ahead of the woman, woman, kids. There's just an order. And one of the most important things for a wife to do is to respect her husband. You know what I mean? And respecting the marriage is very important. If your spouse don't respect you, you're gonna have a lot of issues. So I just want to take time to boast in my weakness. Without inquiring to God, without allowing God to go ahead of me. And like I said, this is not to bash her. This is to share with you guys so you could learn from my bad decisions without including God. And I hope that's how you receive it. You guys have a nice night.